I've just asked who started the wager. Ivan says Rezears, to which Rezears replies, ? And then remembers, actually, yeah, it was me. Now, the flag is actually broken for Austria. Ivan says he doesn't know what he's doing here. So, well, hey, Rezears must have just swindled him here, I guess, because Ivan doesn't know why he's here. Apparently, they started with a private match. They were both streaming and trash-talking each other. Okay, so that makes a bit more sense. So they were trash-talking each other. Rezears says, let's 1v1 for 100. Ivan, in the heat of the moment, said yes, and it didn't work. Let's just jump into it. It's time for the 1v1 to commence. I'm predicting a 3-0 sweep for Rezears here. His form has been impeccable as of late, so I do think he's going to be the heavy favorite here. Now, I have seen Ivan play on a apparently Jack video, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the only time I've seen him play 1v1 is he ran into Jack in ranked. So he does rank pretty highly. If you're wondering who Ivan is, he is a player for Evil Geniuses. They made the Winter Major. Oh my days, that is an unbelievable save from Rezears. Survives the aftermath as well. Oh yeah, no game audio. Sorry, let me turn that on for you guys. There we go. Yeah, Ivan is a pro player for Evil Geniuses. Sorry, I've frozen the screen as well. It's all gone wrong, but not too late. Ivan will score just after we come back. We'll see what exactly we missed on the replay. Well dash from Ivan. And a big win, actually, dunking the ball into the middle. Even if that didn't bounce directly into the net, there's a decent chance that he would have made it to score, as his recovery did look pretty clean there. So good play from Ivan. Yeah, Ivan he ranks fairly high in ones, so he's not going to be a complete pushover here. He's a very mechanical player on the ground, very efficient. I think these days I expect to see Rezears put up a much bigger 1v1 aerial game than Ivan. Ivan is solid. He is a very solid player. I was very impressed with his growth as an individual in the RLCS season that's just happened. Evil Geniuses and himself did not quite make it to the World Championship. They missed out by just one spot, and you know, if they'd had a better Regional 3, or if they had a better split in the spring, they would have made the World Championship. They came 7th overall. Only 6 teams from Europe went to Worlds and Wildcard combined. And yeah, apart from Yukio, he's the only player from Austria who's made a name for himself in modern professional Rocket League. There were a couple of other Austrian players back in the day, but these guys are the two top guys right now, with Ivan really establishing himself as a top Austrian player these days. Oh, that's a big time demo from Ivan. Rezears denied the fast counter attack. Duncan on GMS. Yeah, okay, let's see how many people in chat remember GMS. So what's the full name of GMS? Another Austrian player, I believe, from way back. And no, we don't have the Austrian flag on the overlay package. Let's see if anyone remembers GMS's full name. There you go, Grandmaster Sexay. Indeed. Grandmaster Sexay. He was, I think, the first Austrian player to really make a name for himself. Making it to, well, I think they made it pretty far. Wasn't it Freaky, GMS, and, who was their third player? Frizish. Wasn't it GMS, Frizish, and Freaky? There you go. So if you're annoyed that I didn't initially remember him, I hope I've got his first team that he ever played on correct. So that was RLCS Season 1, I believe. Freaky's first foray into the scene. Freaky being the most successful of those 3 players. Austrian flag's not on the overlay package. I feel like I might have to say that a few times. If you guys in chat could help me out with that one, I'd appreciate it. Check out Ivan. He's very much here to play here. You know, he might have said in the run-up to this game that he doesn't know what he's doing here, but he quite clearly does know what he's doing here. He's up 3-0. And a couple of these goals have come from extremely confident challenges in Rezears' back corner. And notice Ivan jumped off the wall and then dodged back towards the ball to get a solid challenge on that one. Rip Jazer, GMS, and Krasik. Was that after? I think that might have been after. GMS. Sure, I'm pretty sure the first time I heard of GMS, maybe he played with Jazer before I heard of him. The first time I heard of him was when he made a splash in RLCS, so that's when we got GMS with Freaky and Frizish. Why is Johnny's voice high pitched? Is it actually? Do I have like bad quality on the mic today or something? Spam 1s in chat. My mic sounds bad. Maybe I've got the wrong option selected. I think it probably sounds normal though. Yeah, not a lot of people spamming 1s. We'll run with this. It's going to be 2 goals for Rezears. Ivan bowled over in the midfield. Yeah, I'm already going to need to retract a couple of things that I said earlier. You know, I said it's most likely going to be a sweep. Based on the first 3 minutes of this game, it doesn't look like a sweep in this matchup. But yeah, Ivan looks like he's going to be able to put up a fight. But I do still think Rezears will be the favourite. Great pre-flip, but the second one doesn't connect, and Ivan does go ahead by 2 goals again. Ivan also, the other thing I need to correct is that right now he's got the edge in the aerial game. Big double tap earlier on. I know that he's got those mechanics down to a T for 3v3, but I didn't expect to see him coming out in ones with that kind of confidence. Lovely boost steal by Ivan to hamstring Rezears just that little bit longer. Rezears will steal his away, but it's not going to slow Ivan down. In his debut ones show match, at least on my channel, he is really taking it to one of the best in EU right now. Not sure where you guys would rank Rezears at the moment in EU. I think for me, he's a solid number 4 behind Rezears, Jack and Moxie. Any game you could take off a guy like Rezears is a big win. Ivan trying to track him down, not going to catch him, and Rezears puts in his 3rd goal of the game. Daniel top 5 in the world again. I don't know about top 5 because you got to put TRK ahead of him without any hesitation. You know, players like Rawas and Jan had really impressive Gamers 8 tournaments, so they're quite hard to place relative to Daniel as well. I mean, who are you putting ahead of them? They've just not got that many results recently, but they all look really good. You know, Daniel back-to-back show match wins compared to Jan and Rawas in the crew battle format. Yeah, I think with Joy's inactivity, I'd be happy. Well, didn't Dan destroy Jack? Yeah, he did. He beat Jack pretty badly yesterday, but I don't know if that's enough to put him ahead of Jack. I'd probably still put Jack and Moxie ahead of Daniel, and people might, you know, think that that's crazy, but you can't. I don't just like, you know, see player A beat player B and immediately rank player A over player B. I mean, Jack recently beat Moxie and AJ, so of course losing to Daniel is gonna chip away at that, but it's not. I don't think it's enough to completely put him over the top of Jack. I think Jack, Moxie, TRK are pretty clear right now. There's a lot of players in the mix. It's difficult to rate everybody. Hopefully we can get a better understanding as Rezears just narrowly misses a late game equalizer here. Pinch clear from Ivan should keep the game in a safe position. The huge wave dash challenge comes in, and game 1 does go to the underdog. It's only best of 5 today, guys, so that is a massive win. The way that he did that was not really, you know, I wouldn't describe it as catching Rezears on an off game completely. He really forced the issue here. Rezears didn't look like he came out of the gate slowly. He just lost. So, well done, Ivan. He just played better in this first game. Strikers Mojo, thanks to the 15-month Prime. Please have your have my Bezos box, you content wizard. I appreciate that. I will indeed have the Bezos box. And Nate L1, thanks to the 2-month Prime. Also 2-month Prime from Stimulu5. Welcome back, guys. Colonia, thanks to the 46-month Prime. Taob, thanks to the 3-month Prime, and also brand new Prime from Laminated Sam. Welcome back to everybody. Really appreciate the support as usual. We need Daniel versus TRK, 100%. We absolutely do. We definitely need Daniel TRK. Yeah, Naupo recently beat Daniel. So Daniel's like last show matches are beating Rezears, but then he lost to Naupo. Who else did he lose to? I feel like he lost another couple of matches on my channel and another one on Fear's channel. He lost a bunch. I didn't just like throw Daniel into A tier for no reason. It was because he had quite a lot of losses. And they were to players that you'd expect him to be able to handle pretty well. So, yeah, that's why I dropped Daniel briefly down to A, but he's definitely... Oh, yeah, he lost to Chronic, of course. Yeah, he lost to Chronic. So, yeah, he lost to Chronic, lost to AJ, lost to Naupo. And Chronic and Naupo are players that at that time Daniel should be beating, at the time that he played them. Now, Daniel versus Naupo, it was a pretty weird series because he took it on a 144 hertz or 160 hertz laptop in a hotel room showing that he's got the fight in him even if he's not in an ideal situation. So, you know, upon seeing that and how well he did with that setup, I definitely wanted to see more of him. That's why I invited him back, because I want to, you know, see more Daniel. He looks to be an unbelievable farm against AJ at Gamers 8, first killer and Napjack since then. Yeah, top 5, I don't think he's guaranteed top 5. It's too tricky to say. It's very difficult to rank everybody right now. But I think in the run-up to Worlds, this like week that we've got should give us a clearer idea of where everybody stands. Big shot there from Rezears to follow us up with the demo. I think that might be bouncing down for him. It is indeed. And he should be scoring. He is. 4-3-0. Where do I have first killer now in North America? I think first killer in NA right now is probably 3. Probably 3. I think you've got to give AJ and Daniel the edge over him. Well, Daniel obviously, because first killer's inactivity combined with Daniel's win against him. And AJ recently has been very solid as well. And Evo, I don't know if I'd put Evo over first killer yet. Evo lost to Rezears the other day. Lost 5-0 to Naipo as well, so I don't know if he's ready to go past first killer. Yeah, first killer is probably going to need to be 3 at the moment, just because AJ's been more active, even though AJ lost 3 series in a row to the top guys in EU. I think he beat Daniel the last couple times they played. And he did get a win on... who did AJ beat as well? He beat TRK in the run-up to Gamers 8, which is a huge win. Yeah, Roas is pretty ridiculous as well. I think Roas you've got to consider in there. Yan. You know, I think Daniel's in the mix with players like Roas, Yan. You know, is Naipo up there? Is Khaled up there? It's hard to say. Hard to say. Jory is, you know, is he still up there? So hard to rank all these guys right now because, you know, players are trading wins. There's no clear hierarchy anymore. Whereas a couple of months ago there definitely was. I'm liking that though. I'm loving the activity. Hopefully you guys have been liking the show matches as well. I know the quality's been very high in terms of matchups on paper. Rezears, don't think he got that flip. He didn't use it early anyway, if he did have one. I blinked right as he was about to land there, so I heard a flip, but I honestly can't tell you if it was Rezears that did it. I was trying not to sneeze. It's ridiculous moments like that. They sometimes happen when you're commentating, when you're casting Rocket League. Like you just miss something because you've had to like look away for a second for some human reason. So apologies. You guys, did he wave dash? Did he have a reset? I can't tell you myself. Rezears definitely waking up for this game. He's got a flip off that one. And keeping Ivan backed up into a corner for extended periods of time. What can Ivan do with a wall play? Sets it up nicely. But Rezears is going to intercept before anything can happen, and it takes the ball to the other side of the pitch to start his own wall play. Double tap is threatened, and he has managed to get the ball past Ivan. Took a bit too long to turn around and score immediately. There was the obvious threat of the ground pinch from point blank range there. That's why Ivan decided to commit to the challenge, knowing that he's not going to save anything from that kind of range reactively. But that prompted Rezears to just go straight for the ball and hit it into the ground. I've talked about this quite extensively in the past half year or year, about this very potent combination. As players get better at ground pinches, the floor double tap will become more common as players are forced to just lunge in to stop pinches coming at them. In the same way that the rise of the air dribble bump, the rise of the flip reset has brought to fruition the standard air dribble once again. I think the air dribble bump was the first thing that brought back the standard air dribble, which fell out of the meta for a little bit. Too risky of a move, too obvious when you're threatening that or the potential of a mid-air bump. And it becomes all the more potent and definitely more flexible of a strategy to use. Flip resets, bringing air dribble dunks back into the equation as well. So it's one of those situations. I think floor doubles and floor pinches are going to complement each other in a similar way. Barring a miracle from Ivan, it will be a tie series 1-1. Is Ivan LFT? I thought it was Rezears who was LFT. Ivan teamed in the last season of RLCS with Catalysm and Rezears, and I think they benched Rezears according to rumors on social media, and are trying out new thirds with Catalysm and Ivan. I can't remember who the list of players that they tried out with was. I think that was released today, actually. No doubt someone in chat has got access to that one. Yeah, I think Rezears was one of the new thirds that they're trying, so these guys could be teammates next season if tryouts go well enough. For now, they're enemies. For now, they're opponents. And the next 3 games at most will decide which one of them is going to pay the other 100 euros. Now, guys, I've just realized that I left my glass of water in the kitchen, so I'm getting pretty thirsty here, and I've got 3 series to cast. So forgive me, I'm going to very quickly run and get it, because I don't want to start running out of steam in the middle of series 2 or 3. I'm just going to skip this replay and then I'm going to go. Sorry if you want to see flip resets, but this is just standard these days. Rezears scores one of these every game. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm not gonna skip that. I'm just joking. All right, I'll be right back in a second, guys. Gotta go get my water. First the sneeze, now the water. Where's the where's the professionality? You mean the professionalism? Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, I would consider that professionalism, to be honest. I think going to stay hydrated is a professional move, if you ask me. Why does Ivan have an EU flag? Chat, can anyone answer that? Because I've answered it a few times today. I'm sure somebody's picked up on it the previous times I've said it. I am Nate. I'm Nated Sam. Thanks for the 2 gifted subs. If you just got gifted a sub, Miss Prodigy and a Curious She, be sure to thank him. Why do people care so much about the flag? Well, you know, it's kind of a lot of what's going on up there at the top of the screen, so I can't really blame people for caring. But yeah, I do know where he's from. Unfortunately, the flag didn't work in the overlay. Sag. We'll try and get it ready for the next stream. So wave dash recovery from Rezears to keep Ivan guessing on the kickoff. Ivan actually panicked and flipped at the ball after Rezears did the same thing prior. Rezears very late there trying to lunge underneath the ball and flick it over the top of his opponent. It's a big mistake though, because Ivan had so long to slot the open net. He did very well with that touch in the middle of the play there. The touch to set up the shot is an easy one to get wrong in the back corner. Too hard and the ball's going to get away from you, too soft and it's going to take too long for the ball to be in a strikeable position. Clean wave dash fake there from Ivan, and now a huge flick as well, and he's brought it back 3-3. Love this from the Austrian. Just wave dashing to give himself a preferential angle in the setup there. Yeah, indeed, like YT Skyless says, we've got Joyas versus Evo coming up right after this series. Then we've got First Killer versus Lion Blaze. Really looking forward to seeing those 2 games. We've got an all EU match, an EU versus NA match, and then an all NA match after that. This one has proven to be a very good matchup. I mean, clearly both players know each other quite well, which is not surprising, given the fact that there's been rumors that Rezears is trying out for Ivan's team. Yeah, like I said, I've seen Ivan play 1v1 in ranked on Jack's YouTube channel. Apparently Jack's YouTube channel, he looked solid. He looked very competitive. He didn't look good enough to be a threat in a best of 5 against Rezears, if I'm being honest with you. But he's really stepping up here now. He attacked the second time there a bit too quickly. The boost wasn't there for him to steal after he landed on the far side of the box. That's going to prompt Rezears to counter-attack, but lovely 50-50 from Ivan. Nearly bumped Rezears away from the boost steal as well. He's going to stay active on the play here. Wall dash. Just a wave dash, I should say, on the wall from Ivan. And Rezears not looking too threatening with that setup. All EU match indeed. We're on an all EU match at the moment. Ivan from Germany's neighboring country. And so Rezears playing the flavor of the month there with the flick, but really not making it work. And Ivan again bangs a wall shot right into his net. No ball cam needed for that one. Fantastic counter-attacking ability. Putting himself in front once again. He's on a bit of a streak here. And resets have been automatic for him. Oh, the flick was close, but just wide of the top corner. Rezears picks up a goal in the counter-attack after Ivan landed on the Germans' goal line. To support a football team? Not really, to be honest. Not really. Used to support my hometown Livingston, but then they went into administration. I was like, nah, forget this. Why am I supporting this team? what have I done? They're back to Division 3 again. Is Scrub Killer washed? I wouldn't say Scrub Killer is washed. I don't think Dignitas problems have been due to any individual on the team being washed per se. I think their struggles are mostly mental from what I can see. They just really look like they've got a tough time regaining, a tough time coming back from adversity, which is such a big part of Rocket League LANs these days. Rezears is going to be up by 1. Actually going to be tying, sorry, I can't count. With a demo in the back corner. He just managed to catch Ivan there. Destroyers still have low errors. Yeah, he probably does, but he's always had low errors, so I mean, it's not like when he was peaking and when people are talking about him as one of the best in the world, myself included. It's not like he had high errors then and now he's in low errors. He's always had low errors, so you know, is he slacking? Well, not compared to his past self, but has he always been slacking? Yeah, probably. A couple players like him have kind of always been known as slackers when it comes to the errors. I think it will catch up with everybody. It doesn't matter how talented you are. I think eventually low errors breeds nothing but inconsistency. Ivan just not able to air roll round the ball to shoot there. Rezears trying to catch him coming in for a demo with a very cheeky setup on the counter attack. And Ivan unable to recover for the open net save. Scored on anyway. Rezears just one step ahead there. That's a great touch to set up a quick shot on net. Miss and Jorias are like that. Does Miss not play a lot of Rocket League either? I didn't know too much about that. I know that Archie and Jorias are the two in the EU that are quite known for having low errors and still being world class, but talent can only get you so far. It's like the saying goes. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. It's very true for Rocket League. Oh my goodness, Ivan, where are you going, buddy? That is not the play. Pre-jumps in a different continent from the play Rezears is going for. I mean, obviously he expected an air dribble to be coming in at 0 seconds here, but I don't know about that. I don't know if he really needed to pre-jump from that range. He had a nice side-on angle, so for me, that's definitely not the play. Pre-jumping makes a lot more sense when you're kind of disguised, when you're hiding behind the ball, but it is the mistake that proves to be costly. Rezears 2-1. Ivan came back really well in this third game. He's brought the fight in every single game this series, but a huge blunder just throws away the game for free. And Rezears is good enough to, you know, not really need to prey on Ivan mistakes. The goal before that was just Rezears fashioning a chance out of midfield play. Ivan cannot afford to make any mistakes like that if he's going to have a chance of winning this game. Doesn't Archie have like 10k plus hours? I don't know if he's got 10k hours, to be honest, but I know like recently, and this isn't just, you know, I said Archie and Jorias because they're the most well known for this, but a ton of players in the Rocket League scene are kind of like that. They just, you know, put a ton of hours into the game when they're on the come up, when they haven't yet had their success. They're working. They're on the grind non-stop. And then a lot of players, as soon as they secure the org contract, as soon as they see that nice monthly salary, they feel like, hey, I've made it. Let me go and, you know, do something with all this money I'm making and enjoy life. You can't really blame them. I mean, when you're making that much money at a young age, it's hard not to just go and do other things than work, because that's what a lot of people who, you know, dream about being a pro player probably think, well, you know, you get to play video games for a living, isn't that amazing? And it is, but when you do it for a living, it becomes work. You know, Rocket League will lose its fun for a lot of people, a lot of pros who have to do it every single day, day in, day out. Archie has like 6k. I couldn't tell you, I don't know if that's true or not. So Rezears extremely all in. Tried to punish Ivan for being low on boost, but in doing so he brought himself to a grinding halt. He still looks to me a heavy favourite to win this series. Just a bit more solid, a bit more comfortable with every passing moment, and he's got a second goal here. Ivan muscled out of the play on his own goal line and unable to react to an awkward post bounce. He would have needed to play that in reverse immediately there, so it's understandable. Drops an okay in the chat. I wonder if he feels like he did hit that on the replay. As we all know, even if you've got low ping like Ivan does, 40 ping, you can sometimes see something that's entirely different from what the server sees. That's why you often get those little noises as if you've saved a shot that you actually haven't saved. Perhaps that's what happened to Ivan there. Doing your hobby as a job doesn't feel like play. Yeah, well, you've got to find a way to make it fun. I actually had a very interesting conversation with Metsanoris recently from Team Endpoint. Metsanoris is one of the real OGs of the game at the moment. You know, you talk about guys going all the way back to Season 3. Metsanoris he just missed out on World Season 3 by 1 goal against Flipside Tactics. And then Season 4, of course, he finished 2nd place. He's a real OG, going back there like almost as long as JNaps, longer than Torment. Actually, you know, kind of, I think I'd say Torment in one way, because Torment actually goes all the way back to Season 1. Oh, look at this from Rezears. He's controlled that well. He didn't have to. He could have taken his time here, but he's found a very creative way of scoring this one. Flip resetting as the ball hits the back wall and using his dodge to dart underneath it for the finish. Love that. Like I was saying though, yeah, Torment kind of had 2 waves. He initially played on a team called Lucky Bounce, and they finished 1st place in the 2nd split for RLCS Season 1, but failed to make Worlds because the 1st split didn't go well enough for them. They just missed out on World Championships. So Torment does go all the way back to there, but then it took a few seasons. You know, it was a while before we saw him in an RLCS World Championship. Didn't even make, I think, RLCS League play. Season 3, famously being eliminated with Team Iris, Luchino and Squishy. So it took a bit longer for Torment to really make a splash at the world stage. Metza missed out by 1 goal. So I'd kind of put Torment, Metza, same kind of generation, JNaps, just a bit before. Just a bit before him, maybe. But yeah, all these guys very OG. Now, back to what I was talking about with Metsanoris. Coming back to more recent memory, rather than memory lane. Metsanoris, I asked him, how do you, after all these years, find the motivation to keep on playing more than your peers? Because if you're, you know, an OG, you have to play more almost than these young mechanical players who just learn everything so quickly. If a new mechanic comes along and you're older, you probably have to grind more hours on that mechanic to just be at the same level as someone who practices half the time but is younger than you. Just the way things tend to go with Rocket League these days. The younger players learn faster. So Metsanoris said that he doesn't enjoy the game anymore. And you know, if I'm remembering this, I'm sure he'll correct me on social media. But he said he doesn't really enjoy Rocket League anymore, but what he does enjoy is improving. It's like the art of getting better is what he tries to do now, and he enjoys the process of improving. So when he goes to you know, play Rocket League every day, his aim isn't to have fun playing Rocket League, it's to enjoy getting better at something. And it's a really interesting idea for me. I think it makes a ton of sense, and it's something I'd love to see more of these players that do struggle to put the hours in start to do themselves. You know, just put more of a focus into getting better instead of actually just playing the game. You know, when you queue up ranked as a pro player, really, what is your goal? Is your goal to get rank points? Well, maybe sometimes. Wow, what a flick by Rezears. He's rolling now, 7-1. But you know, is your goal to get rank points as a pro? Well, for some of them, yeah, because they like to compete for the rank leaderboard spots. But you know, if you're a professional player and you're playing something that is not a tournament, or not, you know, not scrimming, then you're just trying to get better. You're trying to improve. So, you know, if you see a pro player playing ranked and they're not winning every game, but they're, you know, clearly practicing something, working on a particular mechanic or working on a particular style of play when it comes to 1v1, then that to me speaks volumes to their improvement and to how intelligently they're practicing. Yeah, shout out Metsonoris, he's still on the grind all these years later. Shout out to all the OGs who aren't just clinging on to relevancy like many other older players do, but actually making sure that they deserve it. And you're really going out and putting in that work, not just trying to survive based on name value. Yeah, sorry for the big tangent here. Rezears made it pretty clear that this was a game and a series in the bag. Games 2 and 4, quite comfortably his. Ivan will be pretty disappointed that he threw away game 3, but overall I think he could be pretty happy with how he played today. Similarly to Joyo, who took a step into threes recently in the show match setting and did very well for himself despite losing. I think Ivan can really take a lot from this. Definitely not at Rezears level yet, but he's going to grind ones now. I like that. Rezears says he's going to send him his PayPal later as he leaves the lobby, but lucky win in my book, says Ivan. He's not having it, thinks he deserved the win here. Now he's obviously joking, but GG's, appreciate these guys coming on it, putting on a show for us. Ivan taking a game off Rezears in his debut is very impressive to see, and he didn't just do it on a Rezears off day. I think he legitimately took a game off him today, so well played. But when Rezears gets rolling, he is very, very hard to stop. A very clear lesson there in game 3 as well. Unnecessary risk late in the game cost Ivan the chance of a game 5, maybe even a series win.